Hey, what's going on, everybody? In this video, I wanted to talk to you guys about incomplete series, what that means, what the cause of it is, basically the general purpose of what an incomplete series means on my channel. There's a very small community on my channel, and what I mean by small is literally a handful of people out of almost 250,000 subscribers that I'm at. And I'm addressing this because regardless if it's 5 people or 500 people on my channel, they're all still loyal subscribers and they're watching my content. Basically, there's been a handful of people that'll say, hey dude, you started a series, let's just say for example, Styx, The Master of Shadows, Alien Isolation, and maybe a handful of other games throughout my entire career of YouTube. Majority of those games are generally games like with me and my son. The reason those games, you know, between me and him might get just dropped or whatever the reason is well because he is a 16-year-old boy that is going to school full time. You know, he goes out with his friends afterwards, so it's very hard to get those types of videos out. Games like, for example, like Styx or Alien Isolation, those types of games that I might start playing and then just randomly just kind of drop are generally because either one, they just really didn't do too well on my channel, or two, I personally just lost interest in recording them to begin with. And if I lose interest in the game, or if it's just not something I'm really, you know, into, then you guys will see that. You guys will see that I'm not really having a whole lot of fun with the game myself, and there's no sense in forcing myself to play it. So, prime example, you know, I've had a few people go, hey, what happened to the sports things? Well, the sports games are ones I just do for fun on the side. As of right now, the active series that I'm working on, you know, obviously are the family game nights ones, you know, where we're doing like Roblox, Killing Floor, that sort of stuff. I'm currently working on Infamous Second Son. You know, those are ones that are current active series games that are going on as of now. I've also got the F1 2014 that I'm playing. There are a lot of different games that are coming out that I will be playing full series on. Let's just say like Far Cry 4, the new Farming Simulator 2015. Farming Simulator 2014 was huge on my channel when it first came out, and I plan on doing that one as well. But I do, for the most part, I would say probably about 80% of the time, I will complete a series from beginning to end. The reason I will ever stop a series is, like I told you just a minute ago, is maybe I just, you know, just didn't really feel the series, or just, you know, I got a few videos into it and just was like, I just don't really care for this game, and I'll just drop it. And instead of deleting all the videos and just completely scrapping it, I usually will just put an annotation in and just say, hey, maybe I'll play it on stream at some point or something like that. I just basically wanted to touch base with that small group. For the most part, I'd say probably 95% of my viewers, they really don't ever say anything or don't care. They support the videos, they thumbs them up if they like it, they thumbs it down if they don't like it. In all honesty, the thumbs up and thumbs downs really just are there to... It's almost like Pandora. On Pandora, you have a thumbs up and a thumbs down. If you click thumbs up, Pandora will start to filter in more songs like that one that you just thumbs up. If you thumbs down it, it just doesn't put those types of songs in your filter, in your playlist. Same with YouTube. If you thumbs it down, it's just, for example, let's just say you go to one of my videos and you thumbs it down, it's just not going to put as many of my videos in your feed. It has no effect on the YouTuber, it has no effect on their views or what that YouTuber might get paid. It's just personal preference. So for people who go out there and they'll thumbs down the videos, it doesn't affect the YouTuber. It's just not going to put that particular person's videos in your playlist as much, as far as when you go to your YouTube, you know, homepage and it has a whole bunch of suggested videos. That's all that's for. For people who go to specific YouTubers and thumbs down a video, they shouldn't be subscribed to them anyway if they're just doing that. I mean, there's really no sense in that. But back on track, I just wanted to explain to you guys basically, you know, what the whole premise of is. If you guys just see a random series start and then just kind of go nowhere, now you guys kind of have a general consensus and a general idea as to why that might happen. So, prime example, Alien Isolation. I've never been a big real horror survival type person. I enjoy the multiplayer survival stuff, like the the War Z or Infestation, whatever name it's got now, or future games like H1Z1, stuff like that. Those games are kind of fun to play. But the survival ones like the Outlast, Alien Isolation, where you've got to hide in lockers and you've got to creep, and it's all stealth, like Styx, for example. I enjoyed Styx. It was a cool game, but as soon as I played it and I got to the first video where I was having to stealth, and you have to creep under doors, you got to peek through peek holes, that sort of stuff, I was like, I can already tell I'm not going to really like this game. In the library it goes for maybe my son to play. He enjoys those. Dishonored was a good game, very just like that. My son fell in love with the game. I really didn't, so my son took it over and he kept playing it. So either way, I just wanted to let you guys know that that's kind of where these random series will go if I start something and it just doesn't go anywhere and tapers off. Or there's also the copyright issues a lot of people have. I had a few videos that I had to get worked out with Shadows of Mordor. I ended up getting those worked out, but there's a lot of people out there that were getting hit pretty hard with the copyright stuff with that. And I even had to cut a couple of my videos out, which, it's not a big deal, but it kind of cuts the story and makes things kind of random. But that's really the only reason why you would see a series. For example, like my Mario World stuff, I really try to keep pushing that. I tried to upload it, but they just kept taking him down and flagging it, so fortunately, I just gave up on it. There's no sense in me jeopardizing my career over Nintendo's games. So, but at any rate, guys, like I said, I just want to let you guys know that that's why. Because I had a person that commented saying, I think it was yesterday or the day before, saying, hey, Bereghost, you're making way too many series. No wonder you can't complete anything. And that's really not the case. I'm not overwhelmed by any means. There have been times where I've been overwhelmed, where I've hurried up and just cranked through a game. But right now I think I've got Infamous, our family game nights, and that's really about it. I mean, I just put up a new video on Enforcer, but that was just to showcase a game. But as far as Let's Plays go, I'm actually kind of low on Let's Plays right now. Yeah, I've got sports games, but those aren't Let's Plays. Those are just random fillers to kind of throw out there. I mean, the baseball, the basketball, the hockey, soccer, that sort of stuff, those aren't full-fledged like games where you guys can expect to see those. I just throw those out whenever I'm bored and just feel like playing a sports game at the time. The racing game, same with that. I kind of just throw that out there. But there are and has been games I've put on my channel, like I've said, where I've started to play them. Maybe they just weren't doing very well. People weren't watching them. Because if I notice a series just doesn't really get a whole lot of views, I kind of look at the comments and kind of see, maybe that particular game just isn't really built for my style or my channel, and I'll just play it on my own. But for the most part, I'll try and continue a series from beginning to end, and I just wanted to give you guys an explanation because you guys deserve to know as to why a series comes and goes versus a series that might just show up as one hit wonder and do one video and then never return. It's probably because the game just didn't tickle my fancy or just wasn't really something I was interested in. But I just wanted to give you guys an explanation as to where those games come and go, why they come and go, and yeah. So basically, like the games like Alien Isolation, I may purchase them. Developers come often enough. They come to me and they say, hey, if you're interested in playing this game, here's a Steam beta key. Go play. You don't have to put a series up, but if you want to, by all means, support our game. And 9 times out of 10, I'll be like, oh, yeah, sure, I'll play it, and I'll check it out. And if I like it, I'll play it. If not, then I don't. But, it is what it is. I do the best I can to stick with a series from beginning to end, but there are just those handfuls of games where I try it, it just doesn't do too well. I just don't do too well with it, so I scrap it and I move on. There's no sense in getting down and letting it beat you up. There's hundreds of thousands of games out there. There's hundreds of thousands more that are going to come. A lot of really cool titles are coming in November, and I'm really excited to play quite a few of them, and I hope you guys are too. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for understanding. We'll see you guys in the next video.